Hi, welcome to Collective Gifts. I'm Noella and this is Rachel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 3 of our 5-day fast in August. We are continuing on with the Back to the Basics series. And so today we'll be talking about pulling the plank. Isn't it always easy to look at someone and to be able to identify their shortcomings or to figure out what they need to do to straighten out their life? Well, it's easy to look at someone else, but it's not always easy to look at our own selves and to self-reflect and figure it out for ourselves. But when you look at other people, you divert your attention, right? Your focus from yourself and working on you, that you look at other people and you become a busybody, or you meddle in their lives, or you talk with other people and you talk about their shortcomings, right? And then you start pointing the finger at these people, and then you start criticizing, judging, maybe gossiping, maybe even venting, because, we need to vent and let things out, right? So we feel better. But that's not true. That's operating like the world. That's not operating like God. And when you do that, you are tearing people down. You are not building them up. You are crushing their spirits. And that's not love. Authentic love is building people up, edifying them, encouraging them, helping them to continue to grow and develop and get closer to God.
Just remember, when you're pointing the finger, even though your finger pointing to other people, there's 3 fingers pointing back at you. And so we want to be like how God is. He's our example. He doesn't criticize us. He doesn't tear us down. He doesn't gossip about us to other people. He doesn't do any of these things. And so, he's instead loving, caring, kind, gentle, encouraging, just building us up and equipping us so that we can go forth living a victorious life. And so we want to be like, Jesus was as he walked this earth. And so we don't want to be gossiping about other people. We want to build people up and not tear them down. We want to encourage them. God has sent each and every one of you here on earth as an ambassador, for him. And what is an ambassador? An ambassador is the highest, person that's chosen to represent their country. They're sent throughout the world. And so we are ambassadors of Christ. We all were chosen to represent him to the world.
And not only do we represent him, but we represent him to the world. And our mission is to lead others to Christ, right? Lead them to a closer relationship, whether it is to salvation or whether it's for them to continue to know him on a greater level. And so if we want other people to see the love of God through us, then we can't be acting like the world and acting like we're not saved, right? We have to demonstrate, the gospel. We have to walk in love. We have to be a doer of the word and not a hearer only. Because when we start acting like the world does, then we have that plank in our eye, because now we're pointing out faults in other people. And when we do that, right, other people will see that we're judgy, we're critical, maybe we're gossiping, and, we're not walking in love. And they'll see us and call us hypocrites, and we lose our credibility, and we are not accurately representing God then. And so what we need to do is to reshift our focus, right? Recalibrate and pull that plank from our eye, because we can't control people and how they respond to things, or, their mess ups or failures. We can only control us in our actions, in our responses, in our, mindset and our attitude, our heart attitude as well. And so we can make corrections in ourselves. And when we do that, people do watch us, we do influence them. And so if we want to influence them into a greater knowledge of God, then when we make changes in ourselves, they'll be able to see that we are no longer acting, a particular way. We've transformed, we've changed our behavior. Maybe we've gone through some personal growth and development, or healing and being made healed and whole. So now we're no longer sensitive or defensive or, gossipy or backbiting or anything, or jealous. We're able to demonstrate the love of God and edify others and encourage them to be able to impart godly wisdom and share God's perspective on things. And when we do that, that's building other people up too. And they'll be able to see that, whoa, God is not this distant, far off being in the universe, right? Who sometimes may love us or hate us. We don't know him. He doesn't want to know us. No, he's a relational God, and he's equipped us with everything we need to go forth in success on this earth. And so we encourage you to continue to not look at others as the world does, but to see them as God does, as his beloved children, and how he wants them to be made healed and whole. And the only way to do that is if we ourselves go forth in healing and wholeness by pulling the plank, so that we're able to walk in the love of God that is shed abroad in our hearts, to be able to display grace unto other people, and to continue to edify and encourage other people to go forth in their faith journey and to know God and to be made healed and whole themselves. So thank you all for joining us today. We love and appreciate you, and we thank God for you. And until tomorrow, Shalom.